put it up to about 300 and see what we get. It's 314 milliwatts approximately, 3.78 volts. That's drawing 390 milliamps. Temperature's now minus 5.2. I can see a little bit of condensation forming on the outside of the on the module here, so it's getting quite cold. Yep. Right, let's knock it up another level. I'm not sure. I never took one of these before. Above it's about 260, 270. So I'll give it a bit more. Right, it's sitting at 350 milliwatts, 4 volts, 440 milliamps, and the temperature's minus 6.2. Looking quite good still. The lens doesn't seem to be condensating at the moment, I don't think. Bit of a job to see. Obviously there's a lot of heat output coming out from that diode, so it should help to keep the optics clear. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Right, let's see how much higher this thing will go. It's quite interesting actually. I don't on purposely try and break my diodes, but alright, we've got 391 milliwatts. Just a bit more. 410 milliwatt output, 6.3 degrees. 580 milliamps at 4.5 volts, and it still seems to be okay. Right, just take it up a bit more. Oop, actually went down then. No, I'm actually increasing it, but it doesn't seem to be going up anymore. I'm turning the pot to try and get more power, but I'm not getting no more power going through than it should be, because it's set on full. It should give me well over an amp, and at the moment it's only sitting on 610. So I think I've reached the critical. I'll keep turning the pot round. 4.61 volts. It's sitting on 411 milliwatts at minus 4.4, 4.3. Because if I actually turn it down to bring the power down, which I'm doing now slowly, I'm only about just over halfway round on the pot. And see, it's just dropped off. I'm about 2/3. Just about halfway round on the pot. So the lasers, it's not putting out no more. It's going full whack on the actual laser, on the actual diode. So that is the max the diode will actually laser at. At the moment it's 407 milliwatts. And we just sit here and see what happens. I see the temperature's going back up again, so it must be getting fairly warmer now without the tech going, I would imagine. I'm just going to push down on this probe a little bit. No, don't see it make no difference at all really to the temperature. Without the actual tech on there, it'd probably be, I would say, with that small module at about 30 degrees. See the power's hovering around 405 milliwatts. Amperage is 620 milliamps at 4.65 volts, and the temperature's still climbing up a little bit, so it must be getting pretty damn warm inside that module there. The actual output though is actually, as it's getting warmer, the output's actually going down by the looks of it. We're coming up to freezing point. Well, it's actually just gone past freezing point, sorry, and it's just sitting here at the moment on 620 milliamps, 4.66 volts. The output power's gone down, it's going down. It's quite surprising. I didn't think they got, probably, I was hoping to get my score, I can't remember what it was now, it's 500 and something milliwatts, but at a critical level it actually stopped blazing. No more power would go through it. Temperature's still going up, it's 3.3 now. Power output's dropped about 15 milliwatts compared to what it was at peak. Now it's dropping down. Still sitting there. Doesn't seem to be doing a lot. To be honest, I thought the diode would have popped by now, but it's still hanging in there. As it's getting warmer, the power output's actually coming down. It hasn't actually popped yet. I was quite expecting it to pop, but it doesn't seem to be doing it. It just reached the critical amperage level, and it just wouldn't take no more amps or volts. Nearly 4.7 volts going through that. I'm surprised it hasn't actually blown it, to be honest. Oops. The actual sensor's starting to go a bit funny. I didn't think it'd be that easy. Let's move this forward. Alright, just line it back up again. 383. Temperature is now 9.6. Feels very cold to the touch, obviously being aluminium. This is quite hot actually, the bottom plate. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the tech off and see what actually happens. Right, the tech is now off. We should start to see a rapid increase in temperature. I don't know what else we're going to see. Just make sure it's lined up. It's still nice and lined up with the sensor on the thermal sensor on the front of the power meter. Power output is dropping. Temperature's increasing quite a bit. Still sitting on, the actual amperage is 650 milliamps at 4.7 volts. I'm surprised the diode hasn't actually blown, to be honest. I'll just take you around here again. It's actually sitting in there on the actual sensor head. Again, it's one of Robin's Difall projects. Let's put this back. Temperature's now coming up about room temperature, 21.9. Still clicking over. Power output's dropped considerably. Considering we got over 400, it's dropping down. But the diode is still going.